The good life is more than a yearning for the good, the beautiful, the true. It includes decision, will, determination, and effort, individually and collectively, to be clear regarding the theory as successful in practice, aiming at the integration of thought, the word, and deed, which is the expression of wisdom and the basis of serenity and inner peace.
Somewhere out beneath the great gray sky, the sun was sitting high while exhaust is blowing by, as 1,000 folks drive out in search of answers, like cancer curing cancer, and I'm just waiting for a ride.
Into the inner chamber. This is what I call the writer's block. This is where it all starts. This is the embryo. This little library is a tool shed. It just happens to hold books, which are tools. If I'm going to understand the Nearings, where their thought came from, and how they put together homesteading for themselves, these books are the tools they used to build that life. About 6 shelves which deal mainly with the bibliography in Scott and Helen Nearing's Living the Good Life. And my idea behind that is to get all the books, read them, do annotations, and fold it into the text of the Good Life. And then the other shelves, there's a great deal of history, radical economics, occult, what the Nearings called the occult sciences. 1923, he did a little pamphlet called Oil and the Germs of War. The wars of the 20th century will be around natural resources. To 1975, his last book, Civilization and Beyond. And he talks very much about all these issues. Yeah, the Nearings were intellectuals. Scott was an economist and Helen was in the occult. And they wanted independence, intellectual independence. And the way that they found and gained their intellectual independence was by gaining their own economic independence. That's why they homesteaded. Homesteading allowed them the economic freedom to then turn around back into the world and say what they wanted to say without worry that they were going to lose their job. They came to Vermont in order to gain that economic individual independence. We bought the land in 1994. And I spent one summer laying the rock foundation, and then the next summer I put up our timber frame house made of the wood that was right here on the property that we milled. So we moved in at Thanksgiving in 1996. But we could have never afforded to hire somebody to do this. The point, me going out and doing a timber framing job so I can hire somebody to do my timber framed house. One of those things about homesteading is simplify. And part of the simplification is work for yourself as much as you can. Don't go out and try and find money to pay somebody else for something you can do. There are solar panels. We started out with the 2 here, the smaller ones, and those 75 watts a piece. And then these guys come in off the panel, come into the controller, then come into here, which diverts it. And this is this is what converts it over. Charges the batteries. We're off the grid. Can produce anywhere from 25 to 45% of the food that we eat. I'm producing probably 95% of all the fuel that we use for heating purposes, for hot water. This is my Amish baby. So basically, just open that up, fire it up with kindling. I just use a lot of scrap pine that I have, split it up. Fire this up. Has a water jacket, heats it. Water thermal siphons up into the top of the tank, which pushes the cold water into the blanket, runs it around, and it comes off the side and into the system. I can fire this once a day and we have enough hot water for 2 days. It's still warm from yesterday. I can fire this and in 10 minutes we're ready to go. And one thing that Scott always said when he was interviewed, he said, what you see here is a good life, not the good life.
The sun out from the void, now